Good morning, guys. This is Sophia Rashkin coming to you live from Marina Del Rey here in Los Angeles, California. I am still in my pajamas. I thought I would do this live broadcast real quick for everyone because I have a wonderful young lady named Miranda from Cal State San Marcos University here in California, Southern California, and she is doing a group project, some kind of project for her class, and it's based on my work as a shaman, as well as my meetup groups that I run in Southern California. I also have one in San Francisco and New York City. And anyway, I just thought that I would go ahead and do this live for everybody because I know a lot of you are very curious with my work. Good morning, Michael. Thanks for that. So as you guys are jumping on, maybe give me a thumbs up, give me some kind of comment so that I know that you are out there and I give you a shout out. Again, this is Sophia Rashkin coming in from doing this live broadcast from Marina Del Rey in California. And guys, I am in my pajamas. Spirit works through me in interesting ways. And hey, John, or Michael, I want to call you John, but I don't know if you go by John or Michael or either way. Anyway, I am doing this from my good friend Christine's place out here in California, and just in my pajamas, doing this really off the cuff. Literally woke up probably about half an hour ago. And so I'm glad to see you guys out there. Hey, Tim, great to see you jumping on here. Again, one more time, I'm just letting those of you that know that are jumping on. There was a young lady from Cal State San Marcos University here in Southern California that has a school project to do, and she wanted to do a report on my work as a shaman as well as my meetup groups. Hey, Sonia, Shannon, and Tim Binkley, my very good friends from Colorado Springs, welcome. I'm glad that you're on here. So much love and blessings to all of you out there coming in here from Marina Del Rey. So let's just go ahead and get started because I don't want to waste too much time. She had some questions for her report, and I thought I would just do them live here, and that way everybody would get the benefit of hearing some of the questions that are out there around my work. And then if you guys have questions out there as well, I'd love for you guys to throw them on here and let me know your questions as well, or at least give a shout out so I can say hi and acknowledge all of you. Let's see, her first question. Let's see, hi, these are some questions that we came up with. Her and her classmate. How would you identify yourself? Okay, well, for human sake, because in spiritual terms, I'm classified as doing so many different things, but probably the best known in some kind of human term is I do shamanic work. I am a shaman. And what that means is that I communicate and connect with other spirit realms. I bring in their energy and their work. They use me as a conduit. They use me as an instrument to share their light, to share their knowledge, to communicate and bring whatever energy they want to bring through me to effect positive healings on the planet, and that includes all creation. I work with nature, I work with the trees, I work with the land, the water, I work with elementals, I work with the cosmos. I also work with a lot of Native American, Indian spirit realms. Those are the ones that I am aware of right now. Thank you, Sonia, for that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And so I work with a lot of different spirit realms, underlying invisible spirit realms from other times, places, dimensions. Even though time exists here in what we consider the third dimension, there are other dimensions where time does not exist. And so I work with all kinds of realms that we can't see, and sometimes I don't even know what the names of the realms are that are coming down through me. Sometimes they'll give me a little hint, or but I sometimes have to consult others as well in this scope of expertise to assist me in what I'm seeing, because I am seeing, hearing a lot of information. As we all are, and the veil, as what we consider the veil, is getting thinner. We are multi-dimensional beings, and we cross over into other lifetimes. Other lifetimes cross into us. And so I assist people, guide people on their spiritual journey. If they've got any situations in their lives they've got questions about, and perhaps counseling isn't assisting them, but they've got obstacles, challenges, interferences, and blocks going on in their lives, I assist with looking at other lifetimes that are pinnacle to this lifetime. What is going on in another lifetime that is happening, that is becoming an obstacle, a challenge, a fear, a something that needs to be cleared, something that needs to be identified and healed, and that doesn't serve us in this lifetime, but it is an interference and an obstacle and a challenge in this lifetime. So those need to be cleared, and I can see those other lifetimes, and sometimes just identifying them and just sharing with someone what's going on heals that situation in itself. I don't necessarily consider myself a healer, and I'll tell you why. A lot of people will say, well, she's a healer. I believe, this is my own belief system, as well as what Spirit has shared with me. We all heal ourselves. We have the capability of healing ourselves. So, what I do is I just guide and assist someone on that path to heal themselves, because I know that we all have the capability of healing ourselves when we choose to do that. Now, do we have experiences in this lifetime that we've agreed to before we came into a physical body? Yes, we do. Do we have experiences in other lifetimes that become challenges and obstacles in this lifetime that don't serve us in this lifetime, but they're crossing over and they need to be cleared and released? Yes, we do. So I can assist with that kind of work. And let's see, what else does she have? Or how do you identify yourself? So that's basically what I do. I've been a shaman. I've been a medicine woman. I've been I have the gift of psychic, which is seeing. I have clairvoyance, which is seeing, clairaudience, which is hearing, claircognizance, which is a knowing, that stream of knowledge that just comes right through me. And let's see, that's claircognizance. And so I have all these wonderful gifts, but we all have the gifts, and we can utilize we do utilize those gifts on a daily basis. It's for us to know and identify and discern which is the best for us, and what times we use the gifts, which serves for the best of ourselves and everyone around us. And so let me see if there's anything else. Oh, yes, I have obviously the gift of mediumship as well, which means I can communicate with the other side, other spirit realms, and those that have what we consider died, crossed over, although we are eternal beings, and so we just basically go in and out of physical bodies, and we've had many, many lifetimes. So, it's I don't know why there's just a lot of messages coming in right now, a lot of spirits that do want to come through me to share so much information with you guys. So on my business card, really, I've kind of left it blank. It usually just has my name and website and phone number, and that's because Spirit has basically said, well, they've told me, you just do so much that we don't want you to put yourself in some kind of a definition in a box where you define exactly what you do. There's just so many things that I do, and so my card is kind of almost blank with just my name, my website. Let's see. Her other question is this a religion, a way of life, a calling, or something else entirely? No, I am not religious. This is not a religion. Although I will tell you that in my work, because I work with a lot of Eastern Asian masters from other spirit realms, um, they have been considered religious. I do channel the work of Buddha, even though Buddhism is a philosophy and it is also separately a religion. Um, I also have channeled Jesus. I'm not saying I'm Jesus. Jesus has come through me with His word. So I have channeled Christianity. Now, am I religious? No, I am not religious. I actually don't know a lot about some of the masters that come through me and what they, I don't even know if we would consider that they uh, were religious. I don't even know, guys. That's my expertise. So I am just, like I said, the conduit and the instrument of these masters that come through with incredibly powerful light. And so it comes from all different directions. So what I do is I really just channel, transmit, translate. I'm a vessel, a conduit. I'm an instrument of light, and that's what I can tell you. I've been blessed with that ability, and we all have been very, very incredibly blessed with this, and it just depends on what we're using it for. We all use it on a daily basis in our lives, whether that's with our loved ones, with our coworkers, whatever capacity we use it in. Michael Jordan is a prime example. He was a channel of being one of the greatest basketball players um, in this lifetime. So, just letting you know that we all use our gift in certain ways, and mine just happens to be a spiritual. Yes, mine is a spiritual life work calling. That's what it is. How did you discover this way of life? That's a very good question. I discovered this way of life because when I was growing up, I was very fascinated by psychics and shamans, mediums, a lot of seers. I was pretty sure that when my mom was pregnant with me, she had been told there was something, she had been told there's something different about the baby that you're carrying. She has a very powerful gift of seeing. And so when she gets a little bit older as a child, maybe you want to take her around seers and those with that kind of gift and just see if it develops on its own. And so I had been taken to some mediums and shamans and psychics when I was younger, and they would usually give me a message, and I would be fascinated. Yeah, that was great. But I was more fascinated by their story. What did they see? Who were they connecting with? What were they hearing? What were they seeing? I just wanted to know all of that. And then my path also just kind of like left that a little bit behind, and I went into a business path, and I've been an entrepreneur now for over 20 years. And so I have a background of marketing and management and finances, but that was my background. I went into the business side, and then throughout I was being told that yes, my abilities as a seer, as a shaman, would be used also in business and in today's modern business world. And so I use that in my daily life in business, and I can see things, forecast business stuff, opportunities that I should take, and I do give business advice as well as consult others on all kinds of business dealings, and so that is part of that. And as I went through and became an entrepreneur and was acquiring quite a bit of wealth and a success, and was achieving all that and gaining more and more material possessions, I started realizing that I wasn't happy. Something was missing. Something was not fulfilling me. And so it was wonderful to have homes and cars and be able to go on vacations and have money in the bank account and this really great portfolio. but I was feeling empty inside. There was something that was going on that didn't feel right for me. And so I started asking the question, okay, there's more to this story. What else is there for me? Because I don't think that just acquiring material possessions is all of it. I know that I'm meant to be here to affect positive healings for all creation on this planet. Even though that sounds so cliche for so many people, I knew deep in my heart there was a knowing that I was here to share a gift, and I didn't know what that gift was, but I knew there was something more to my life. And that started when I was in my mid 30s. I started feeling this intense calling. And so when I started asking Spirit these questions, or what we would say, I just put it out to the universe and started asking these questions. They started unfolding a path for me and putting me in the path of meeting those that were doing this work. And even more so, more mentors were on my path: shamans, seers, hypnotherapists, um, uh, mediums, medicine people, all kinds of people that worked with plants and herbs and animals, and just animal communication, all kinds of people that do this work on a daily basis in their regular work life. I know people that are machinists, sales managers, people that I just see the work being all over them. They're using their spiritual knowledge and they're using that on a daily basis. Artists, all kinds of people that do this work, and they're just channeling and transmitting this information in a different way through their daily lives. And it was incredible to me to observe how it was playing out in so many other people's lives as well as mine. Let's see. So that answers your question about how did you discover this way of life. Okay, what are your community's core beliefs? So this is referring to my meetup group, my meetup groups, and I wouldn't say there's like core beliefs, because really belief systems are, because like I said, we're not it's not religious. I started the meetup groups mainly to share the knowledge with others, to share that we all use this gift in our daily lives somehow. And it's not just for some of us that think that oh, that person has that special gift, and but I don't have it. That's not the truth. All of us have the gift. And so beliefs to me are things that we are raised with, that are given to us by society, family, school system, government, being told to us how we should be, how we should fit into society. And right now, part of my work is to assist people in really breaking down those belief systems, really breaking down their belief patterns, because being attached to the way that we are raised without questioning all of that can cause suffering if we choose to let suffering come in, if we choose to be attached, if we choose that we have to look at something a certain way, and that we are not going to change that way of looking things. If we aren't asking the questions of why am I feeling this suffering, what is triggering me, if we aren't asking these questions and looking, actively looking and seeking the answer, then that's where pain and fear can creep in. And those are the things that are core beliefs, because we believe something should be a certain way, and if we can't change our perspective of that, well, we're going to have, it's going to be a big, if you can't change it, you're in for a big surprise in life. So there aren't necessarily core beliefs. It's more just releasing those beliefs, releasing those belief patterns, and looking at life in a different way. I'm glad to see so many of you are jumping on. My good friend Christine, Fernanda. Hi, Fernanda. Hi, Garrett. Love seeing you guys on here. So the meetup groups don't really have a core belief. It's more of a knowing that we are light. We are spirit having a human experience. You guys have heard that over and over again. We are in a physical body having a human experience, and it is really up to us to really tear down those belief patterns and systems that come from other places, society, family, friends, government, school systems. It's for us to decide to tear those down and really look at the truth in who we are, which is light energy. We can tap into a knowledge that is available to all of us. Okay, let's see. Do you have official meeting places? Right here is an official meeting place, right online, as well as in physical places. I tend to like to go to wherever spirit tells me to go, and wherever it's best served for other people. So yes, that can be in physical locations of any place, libraries, restaurants, coffee shops, as well as the biggest place of all right now that we have access to is on the internet. Size of the group. At this point, I haven't looked, but I'm pretty sure there's over 1,000 people. Communication with other people in your group. Yeah, anybody can communicate with me. You can go to my website at Sophia-Rashkin.com, Sophia-Rashkin, Rashkin.com. And my email address is Sophia@myspiritualenergy.com. Let's see, communication with other people in your group. Yeah, anybody can communicate amongst themselves through the groups as well as with me. What services do you all provide for other people? I think that we talked about that at the beginning. I do shamanic work. That's the best way to describe it, even though I don't like to put a label on it. Communicate with the other side. I do spiritual guidance for people, look at other lifetimes and seeing how it's be an obstacle or challenge, interference, or block in this lifetime, and assist them and guide them in seeing that so that they can bring in their own healing. As well as I do releasing vows of poverty, chastity, celibacy, releasing vows of old belief systems and patterns, releasing vows of obedience, silence, releasing and cutting cords and energies with other people or lower frequency energies. And why this is all important, if you're not aware yet, we've taken vows in other lifetimes, from serving in religious ways, in marriages. We've been monks, nuns, priests, disciples of gurus. We've taken vows of poverty in those lifetimes, vows of chastity and celibacy, which has to do with the sexual, the chastity part is the sexual component of a relationship. Vows of celibacy is separating ourselves in relationships. So when we've committed to serving in religious capacities, as well as being in other marriages and other lifetimes, and those vows are not broken, those vows are not terminated, they cross over and they interfere into this lifetime. And as well as vows of obedience and silence, those are from marriage vows, those are from religious vows as well. And so those all need to be terminated in order for these obstacles and challenges to be removed from our path here in this lifetime. So I assist with that as well, and you can find that at my website. Let's see here. What are the core beliefs that links you all together? Okay, so the people that join the meetup groups, or even those of you that are here now, are very interested in esoteric knowledge. There's something there within you that feels that the information or the knowledge that I'm sharing with you now resonates with you somehow, or else you wouldn't be here. If there's a curiosity and you are here for this reason because you are curious and you're just starting to ask the questions of, why is this happening? What is my purpose of being here? on this planet? What is all this stuff, all this material stuff that is around me? What is this body that I am in? What is that all about? Where is this all coming from? And you're starting to just ask these basic questions. That means that you, as a spirit, a soul being in this lifetime, in your human body right now, is starting to awaken. It's starting to align. You're starting to become aware of everything around you and starting to be more curious of where this is all, what this is all about. And so you're here for a reason. You're here in front of me asking these questions and wondering. And some of you are further on your path, of course, that I see out there, but a lot of you are starting to wonder, what can I do to change? Why am I suffering? Why am I feeling this fear? Why am I feeling the way I am? One day I'm feeling good and I wake up and I'm okay, and then the next day I'm waking up and man, my energy is just drained. Well, there's a lot to that. There's energy that's going on the planet right now with the election, um, especially today, and all this stuff, all this fear that is rippling from the collective consciousness of us as energy, as soul beings. We are all one and we are feeling it. We are absolutely feeling it. If you think you are separate from anything that is around you, well, I think you got a big wake up call and a big surprise coming to you. But we are all one and we do affect each other's energies. And when we can understand how powerful we are as God, we are God. We are not separate from God. We are God. There is no hierarchy here, okay? When we can understand that we are all one and we affect each other's energies, and we can start looking at how to contribute to each other in a more positive manner, that is when our collective consciousness will change, and what we see voted into office and everything around us, our environment around us, will change. But until we get to that point where there's more of us that are waking up to this knowledge and to this consciousness, well, we're going to be where we're at. So if you're in a place of fear right now with what's going on with the election, if you're in that place, well, you know, it starts within. It starts within and how you can change within. And this is how it affects your family and then your community, society, the country, and then the whole entire planet. Okay, don't think that what's happening here, what's going on here in the U.S. is only happening and affecting us here in the U.S. It is affecting us on a global scale. Okay, let's see. What do you feel any discrimination against or within your group? That's the last question. I don't. I don't feel any discrimination against or within my group. I just don't call it in. I actually ask that the universe, spirit, God, the angels only bring in those that come into my meetup groups, are the ones that are open, receptive, grateful, and appreciative of the messages that spirit, that the divine highest beings of light are bringing in. Anybody else that is not in that place, that is not ready to be a part of the meetup group, please send them somewhere else to join another group that fits their frequency energy, that fits their needs. But only the ones that are ready for the knowledge to be shared, to be open, are more than welcome to join my group. And so that's it, guys. Does anyone have any questions out there? Shout outs to Carlos, Jeff, Crystal, all my friends out there that have been are coming on. And I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm in my pajamas, guys. Woke up, felt like I was kind of hit by a Mack truck, and that's probably because I've been doing all kinds of energy work in the middle of the night, as well as I've been just doing tons of energy work, period. So I have to take my own self-care time, get my own rest and needs in for this physical body as well. And as you can see, I'm still in my pajamas, loving life. And I appreciate my good friend Christine out here for allowing me to always come out to Marina Del Rey. This place is right across the beach. I am so incredibly blessed. Christine, love you. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here and just utilize the space for my own rest and relaxation, because us as those that are conduits of transmitting the lights, we require self-care time. Our jobs are not just the 8 to 5. Our jobs are going on 24/7, and we really have to recognize when it's time for us to take a rest from everyone, and take care of ourselves, and just have that decompression, that downtime. Thank you, Sonia. I love you. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And for these last 15-20 minutes, I appreciate your time. I know your time is valuable, and I appreciate you spending some time with me this morning. And let's bring and share more light on the planet. I love you guys. Much love and many blessings. Bye for now.